And so yeah, here the paper, and you have 15 minutes for now. I will remind you when you have 3 minutes left, and the time is yours. Please.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Ganem Kanugrahan, and I'm here to present my paper about sentiment analysis of face-to-face learning during COVID-19 pandemic using Twitter data. Basically, this presentation consists of 5 parts, starting from introduction, background, methodology, results and discussion, and finally the conclusion. First of all, introduction. As we all know, by the end of 2019, there is a new virus named COVID-19. The virus is so infectious that it makes the government from various countries to restrict their people's activities. One of the activities restrict is in the education sectors. To tackle this problem, Indonesian government launched a e-learning program so the students can learn from their home. But this program seems not very effective because there are many obstacles that comes. One of them is Indonesia is not ready for such changes. Then to compensate that, the government of Indonesia try to switch the program back into face-to-face learning. This program received many opinions from people of Indonesia. Some argue it's better for knowledge transfer process, but the others still skeptical about how the virus will affect their children. Therefore, we interested to study this phenomenon by using sentiment analysis approach and machine learning to create a model that can automatically predict the user classes. There are 2 research questions in this study. The first one is to what extent the sentiment of face-to-face learning during COVID-19 pandemic can be predicted using machine learning model based on handcrafted features. The second is in the context of research question number 1, what kind of features will be useful for the sentiment prediction task. The next is background. The first one is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is a study to predict people behavior from text. And then the next is supervector machine is a machine learning algorithm that analyze data for classification and regression analysis. SVM is a supervised learning method that looks at the data and sort it into several categories. And then SVM output is a map that sorted data with the margin between the two of the data as apart as possible, as shown in the image. The third is artificial neural network. Artificial neural network are a form of machine learning algorithm with a structure roughly based on the human brain. So the computer will be able to learn things and make decisions like human-like manners. In this study, we use a multi-layer perceptron, which is a deep artificial neural network composed with 3 main layers, namely input layers, output layers, and hidden layers. For the baseline, we refers to previous study of Ostur et al., Mouri et al., and Sukma et al. And then we built a research framework with data gathering, pre-processing, features, machine learning and model, and evaluation. The first one, this is the methodology. The first one is problem formulation, where we investigate popular events in Indonesia. Then we create the research question 1 and research question 2. The second is literature study, where we explore theory and tools about sentiment analysis. The third is we build a scenario plan, where we build framework, hire annotators, use SVM, MLP machine learning, and then create a pre-processing plan. And the last is model evaluation using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score metrics. For pre-processing, start with lower casing, remove mention, remove punctuation, remove elongated words, stop word removal using Sastrawi library, normalization using Sastrawi library, and then tokenization. We also add some new features, namely the first one is count. It contains how many numbers of words there are in a tweet. After that, we also added new feature hours. So from the data, we can see the hours. Then we separate it into three main categories. The category is morning from 12 o'clock at the midnight until 8, in afternoon from 9 until 16. The last is evening from 17 to 23. Since this is a categorical data, we need to encode it using one-hot encoding. The example can be seen from the table. And then results and discussion. We gather the data from 10th of May 2021 until 8th of June 2021 using Tweetpy with Indonesian language. The keywords are sekolah tatap muka or face-to-face school, sekolah offline, offline school, kuliah offline, offline class, kuliah tatap muka, or face-to-face class. We also remove duplicate to avoid overfitting. The testing is 20 compared to 80 training. From this process, we can see we got around 3,557 related data. And then we use EDF, Unigram, and Bigram for the tweet or text, then standard scalar for the new feature counts, and one-hot encoding for the hour counts. The feature we experimented are only tweets and counts, tweets and hours, tweets and counts, and hours. Then the machine learning we use is SVC linear, MLP with 10 nodes for each 10 hidden layer with 100 times iteration using Adam optimizer. So we can call it MLPA. And MLPB with 15 nodes for each 10 hidden layers for 100 times iteration using Adam optimizer. This is the result. As we can see, SVM with added features have increased its accuracy. We can see here for SVM like from 68.5 into 68.7. For MLPA, with added features, it tend to have lower accuracy from 65.1 to 65.0 and 63.4. For MLPB, it's same with SVM, it tends to have higher accuracy. This is for the Bigram. We can see for SVM, MLPA, and MLPB, the accuracy is increased. From this, we can see the highest accuracy for the experiment. Before for SVM Unigram plus count, it has around 68%, and it improves slightly to around 68.7. And then for MLPB with Unigram and counts and hours, we can see it jumps from 63.3% to around 68.7%. And for MLPB using Unigram and hours only, it jumps from 63.3 to 69.1. Then what kind of features will be useful for the Sentinel prediction task? From previous table, we can see most of the additional features can be proposed that have been proposed have slightly increased the matrix score. And then we also can see Unigram have higher score than Bigram. Why is that? We suspect this is only suspicion. A tweet is limited to 140 characters. So it will limit the features. In this case is token for text classification. And then we can see also how to increase metric scores. In this case, I think the most visible one is Bigram. From the previous table, we can see the Bigram can increase significantly to up to around 11% compared to the model only using tweets. This can be seen in the Bigram using text, count, hours, features. It jumps from 51.4% to 62.2% using MLPB. So we suggest that we can try different number of nodes within layers and also different features. This is the data that used in this research. As we can see, we group it into 3 main labels. The labels are positive, neutral, and negatives. In this case, the most retweeted tweets for each label.
Last 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. And from the Indonesian language, we can see the most popular tweet about positive is the importance of face-to-face learning for learning activities with 84 retweets. And for neutral labels, the most popular tweet is about people agreement to take extra measure for COVID-19 prevention. And for the negative, most of popular tweet is about risk of COVID-19 to children with 120 tweets. The conclusion from this study is in the domain of face-to-face learning during COVID-19 sentiment, COVID-19 sentiment orientation can be predicted using a machine learning approach up to 69.1% accuracy. And then the feature addition can affect the result of the experiment. In this study, most of its use slightly increase the accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score compared to only using tweets as processed data. Then based on 3 most retweeted tweets for positive label, Indonesian people think face-to-face learning is important for knowledge transfer for the students. However, there are concerns about the safety for the student. They are afraid for their children to be exposed to COVID-19. And then in the neutral label, we can see Indonesian people acknowledge the danger of COVID-19, but they also think that the face-to-face learning is essential for their children. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ganim, for the interesting presentation. And I would then refer to the audience if there are any questions. If not, for now, I can ask some of the questions. Can you show what would be the error case in this experiments? When the result is not as expected, and what could be the case?
Okay, thank you for the question. We think that as explained before by other presenter, Indonesian language is full of slang.
Okay.
So, and we only use the Sastrawi library to simplify the calculation. For the example, we can see in the first positive label, we can see it's written EAMNG. It means emang in English is also. These words cannot be captured by Sastrawi library to transform it into the what is the correct words. So there are many language or words that written cannot be captured by the Sastrawi library.
Okay. One more questions. I didn't see any more questions in the chat. There's one question from Ibu Ayu Purarianti. For the text feature, why don't you use word embeddings or perhaps other semantic word representation?
Okay, thank you for the question. Because our research is more focused on the practical side. We only want to discover what's the opinion about this policy from Indonesian government. So we can let's say we just want to the most familiar with our study so far.
Okay, that's fair enough. One last question, maybe. Okay, I hope that would answer Ibu Ayu's question. The last question would be, can you explain a little bit how you annotate the ground truths of the sentiments, the process, I mean?
For the ground truth, I hired my friends to label the data. The data consists of three main label, which is positive, negative, and neutral. To decide which is a tweet included in which label, we discuss with each other using Google Meet, and then if there are any dispute, we will discuss until we reach the conclusion for the label.
Okay, so there is the interaction between the raters to annotate this data.
Yeah, there is interaction.
Okay. Is there any more questions? If not, then I will thank the presenter, Ghanim, for presenting these papers, and please also clap using this